Hi everybody, welcome back. Today's review is from the house of Dusita. This is one that was released in 2018. It is Erawan. The bottle looks like this. The juice is a lovely green juice. I've got a thing for green juices actually, but I don't know, it doesn't have anything to do with the smell. I just like green juice perfume for some reason. Anyway, I've tried a few from Dusita, and this house has been kind of a hit and miss for me. I have tried Le Sillage Blanc, which was a no for me. Oud Infini, Dry Down was good, but that opening was a bit too animalic and dirty and skanky for me, so that was a no. Also the price of that one. What else have I tried? I have smelled Splendiris. That was kind of nice, but it wasn't too original. Nice light floral kind of thing, not to my taste. And Le Pavillon d'Or, I've tried once or tested it, and I was a little bit underwhelmed. Erawan, on the other hand, is a different story for me. It is the one from Dusita that I have come closest to wanting to get a bottle, and luckily for me, it's also, they have, some of them are priced differently. I guess they're basing it on ingredients used or whatever, but this Erawan is actually one of the cheaper ones in the Dusita line, even though it doesn't come cheap. 50ml bottle eau de parfum. What I get from the opening is this kind of just, it's a hay, right? So I can really smell hay, but it's almost not, it's almost like a just cut hay. There is a greenness to it still. So it's like it's just, the hay's been cut or rolled and only that morning, and now it's had a bit of time in the afternoon sun. You can still get some of the fresh greenness, dewiness from it, but it's just starting to turn brown. And for some reason, the colors of this fragrance in my mind, I know I'm influenced by the color of the juice, but there is definitely a brown tinge to the overall scent profile of this fragrance. And I think it's because of what happens later on in the dry down. Opens, hay, fresh cut, and there is just a hint of some kind of very light, almost a waxy floral in there. So I imagine these aromas and scents on a not too hot summer afternoon. The sun is at its highest point, and I'm lying in a beautiful field of grasses and wildflowers, but everything's starting to get a bit dry. There is this dryness about the environment, and there is a dryness that is reflected in this scent for me. It is beautifully evocative, and what happens as it starts to dry down is it becomes it gets almost this toasted characteristic. There is a little bit of sweetness that comes in via, I guess it's the vanilla that starts to sweeten things up, and then it's blended really. The transition from this hay grassy accord into a more earthy, nutty vetiver accord is just beautiful. You don't notice it happening, and then all of a sudden you suddenly smell this vetiver, this nutty vetiver blended really beautifully with vanilla, and it has this like effect of I'm still lying in this grassy meadow, and I'm maybe having some honeyed toast as well. It's just everything about this aroma is, you know, screams comfort, safety, warmth. You almost feel that very gentle late afternoon sun on your face, and it's just really evocative, and a beautiful fragrance for that reason. It doesn't develop a whole lot other than what I've described that happens on my skin. The dry down stays dry. Even that sweetness from the vanilla, it's almost like a dry, dusty vanilla in the end. That is beautiful complement to that earthy, nutty vetiver. But there isn't too much else that goes on with this fragrance. I'm a fan of a hay dominant. If there's a hay note that dominates a fragrance, I actually really like that particular note. Some people don't, but I do. And like I'm a fan of things like Shogi from Serge Lutin, and even one from the House of Hendley perfumes called Moan, which I've reviewed on this channel before, has that note as well. In fact, that one has some characteristics with Erawan as well. I can't remember which one was released first. So Erawan is a lovely fragrance. The only thing when I was thinking about this review with this particular fragrance was that I just started to wonder, like, I can't actually think of a particular occasion or appropriate place or time that this would be suitable for. This is one of those fragrances for me that is kind of my guilty pleasure, in that, like, I would wear this to feel a certain way, more so to be part of an outfit or an occasion or an event, or to be appropriate with what I'm wearing. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Like, this is one of those just for me scents. It puts a smile on my face. I just enjoy the cloud around me when this is radiating off my skin. It's quite strong in that it lasts very well on my skin. I actually wore this yesterday. Had a shower, and I could still, scrub myself, and I could still detect it on my skin. Projection is not crazy. Like, I can smell it off my skin, but it performs really well. It's an eau de parfum. Whether I want a bottle, the only thing that's holding me back is how much I would actually wear it, given where I am at the moment with buying new bottles and adding them to my wardrobe. If I knew that this would be worn more often, I would probably go for it, but I'm happy with a decant for now. When I finish the decant, I'll have to kind of make up my mind. But for mine, Erawan, of the ones I've tried from the House of Dusita, is my number one pick. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and what your other favorites from Dusita. Like I said, it's a bit of a hit and miss house for me. They're not cheap, but this one is just about worth it for me. Again, thank you for joining me and supporting the channel and watching this review, and I will see you all soon. Bye.